I don't want to speak for Dan, but we keep having questions, the same questions, month after month, and now it's been over a year. I want to resolve, I'm tired of it.
Well, that's what I said, and you know, last time, but he has never been here.
Well,
Yeah, I was thinking the auditor.
The auditor is a different deal.
Yeah,
They come in.
I agree, I was thinking auditor, my mistake.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
well, Pete said he was gonna, he knew he could get him this month, but maybe next month or, yeah, so.
I just, the thing that we're trying to do, and we've been just talking to Dan and Cindy about it, is trying to do it in a workshop fashion where it's away from this busy 3-hour intense meeting. And it's a, you know, public meeting, special meeting of the board workshop to go through this stuff. It would be your CPA would be there, the accountant would be there, I would be there, and go through this and get to make sure that we are very clear about what's in it, because this report has evolved to this from input from the board, input from the community, input from management, and we want to make sure that it works for the board.
It's the state's demand, and we have stated that it's our purpose to have total visibility and accountability. I don't think we're giving it at this point until we can take this step. I think it's a step towards that accountability.
The one thing that I'm going to step in here, and because I feel very strongly about, we come up to this meeting and we go out to a professional, whether it's an attorney, an accountant, an auditor, an engineer, a well company, whatever, and we're relying on their expertise, their knowledge, and their professionalism. Yet we continue to beat ourselves up over this report that is, you know, based on this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. But then we have a third-party auditor come in here and say everything's okay. So one of the things as board members I think we're going to have to get in our minds is that we're going to have some trust and faith in what the information is that we're being provided. And if a third party is looking at it, we need to have some faith. Now, I think we all need to understand it better, but then we also have to believe in it as well that, okay, it might not be specifically the way I like to see numbers or Emory likes to see numbers, but if it's there in I'll say format that is industry standard or meets our needs, then we're gonna have to learn how to accept it and say, okay, it might not be 99.9% perfect, but we have to learn how to accept it. Like with our attorney, when they give us a recommendation, we need to say, okay, he's giving us his professional advice. So I just want to, that's why I started off with today thinking about this on accepting what we're being given and not beating the people up. And that goes back to the maps. We said we want the maps to be independent. This is an independent person. He's doing his job. So I just want to kind of wave that flag out there again. So, okay, I'm in the hush. So, because I can't vote on this anyway. So we have a first, we have a second, public comment. Mr. West, you didn't get comments? I'm sorry. West, let me get Jim and then I'll get you. I'm sorry.
I just had a question. When I look at the P&L report, I see a lot of number sign div by 0. That typically means that the column is not formatted correctly. Is that right? Do we need to stretch those columns out to see a number in there, or is that a formula that's just present when there's no number?
Formula is present when there's no number
Okay.
divided by.
Okay. I wasn't positive, because we do see some 0% there and stuff. I didn't know if we just needed to sort those columns out a
Okay,
little bit. Okay, thank you.
Mr. West, thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go into this thing today, although there are some serious numbers, I think, in your wells and the cost, the grants, things like that. I think the statements are misleading on that point. But what I want to mention to you, in your balance sheet, okay, and mine doesn't have numbers on it, this came from the computer. The balance sheet,
Okay.
I want to use an example to answer your question, Danny.
Let me see your page, Wes. I'm sorry.
It's on page 25.
Thank you.
I want to use this to answer your question. This is one of the problems when you don't have a controller that works for you and is responsible for things. What you've got, for example, every month you get this report, the balance sheet, okay? And the key number from a control standpoint, which is something you guys should be very interested in, is this bottom number that's net assets, okay? On June the 30th of every year, you get one of these documents. This year, you got it, and that number was 2,332,076, okay? This number will grow with your P&L statement. It should not grow because you have numbers that are backdated, okay? We do. And this is one of the things that I've complained about that happens is that Whammerdam backdates these things. If you go back to 2007 or 8, the board back then said no backdating. In other words, you can't do that. Put it in the P&L or at least describe what you're doing. He backdates it, okay? And then he also makes adjustments after June 30th, okay? So by the time the auditor gets the numbers, he quotes Campa. He says the numbers are perfect. Well, they may be perfect at that point for the auditor, but the numbers that you've had and you've been looking at for 6 months are all wrong because the numbers have been backdated. They've been put directly into here where you never see them, and things of that nature. And that's what's wrong. Okay, besides just a lot of other issues that can happen. I have no reason to think Whammerdam, I hope I'm saying his name right.
Close enough.
I have no reason to think that he can't do the job. He just doesn't. I have no reason to think the auditor can't do the job. And the auditor probably does it, with the exception of when we get into those, there's questions as to the policy on the benefits and things of that nature.
Thank you, Wes. Okay. Any other comment?
Yeah, just real quick. You mentioned here just a little while when we were talking about finances and stuff, about, the maps and stuff. This has turned into quite a substantial cost. Why doesn't the board just request that that survey be plotted? I mean, it's just a simple, I don't understand, after 40 years, we've operated without a legal service map. We have coordinates, if you want to call them that. Why doesn't the board instruct the GM to simply have the map prepared? Then you can dress it up with all the GIS and overlays you want. Why don't we have the map, finally?
Thank you, Ruth. All right, you guys have a first and a second. You guys have to vote on this treasurer's report, because I cannot vote because I wasn't here.